Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to DGS and Project Team's AE Processes in Project Team class. If I could get someone to do me a favor and just send me a question chat just to let me know that you can hear me and you can see my screen. We'll go ahead and get started. Wonderful. Can you see my screen okay? Phenomenal. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Again, this is the AE Processes in Project Team. My name is Susan Mills, and I work for Project Team in the Professional Services Department in Education and Implementation. We want to welcome you to the Project Team family. We're really excited to add you guys to our group of users. So again, today we're going to cover the processes architects and engineers will do within Project Team for DGS. So a couple of things before we get started. If you need a Project Team account or access to a project, there's some pretty quick instructions you need to follow. DGS employees need to send an email to dgs.projectteam@dc.gov. That's just DGS employees. DGS vendors, you need to reach out to your DGS project manager. They will add you as the projects are created within the system, and projects are being created, but it might take them a couple of days, but do let them know that you need access. Once you become a Project Team user, that you actually have access into your into the Project Team account. If you need help, you can send an email to support@projectteam.com, or you can click on your name on the My page and click View Help Pages or email support. We also like feedback. So, if you like the product, or you see some things where you think it might be nice to change, go ahead and send us feedback. So existing users, that's people who have gotten their user account and have access to a project. If you don't have a user account or project access, make sure you follow the instructions here. But existing users, you can send an email, and we've got a great support team. They'll get back to you very quickly and help you out a whole lot. And I'm also going to show you a place where you can go to ramp up on Project Team really quickly and get real quick, help by looking at the quick reference guides. If you're a vendor and you're working for DGS and you decide you want to use Project Team on your other projects, reach out to our sales team at sales@projectteam.com. We've got some great guys. They'll be more than happy to help you out. So once you get your account, you're going to receive an email, and you're going to know it's from us because it's going to have Project Team within the body of the email. It's going to let you know that you've been set up as a new user, and you need to make sure that you complete your account setup within 24 hours after receiving this invitation. Really important because the invitation token will expire. I'll talk to you about how to get a new invitation token in just a second. Click the button, Finish Your Account, and it's going to bring you to the account creation screen. Very simple. First name, last name, and a password. You can click the Show Password just to make sure you're typing it correctly and follow the password requirements. Once you enter your password, click Sign Up. Now, if you lose your password or if your invitation expires, you try to log in and it gives you a token error. You'll get an error that says the token is expired. You're going to log into the Project Team login screen and click Forgot Your Password. And I'll show you how to get to the project login screen in just a second. So I'm going to take you into Project Team. Now, to access the project login screen, when you put in projectteam.com, it'll bring you to our Project Team information webpage, right? Lots of great information here. Scroll down, there's all kinds of video demos and things like that you can watch. We also have a great YouTube channel that's got a lot of videos as well. But click the login button in the top right. That will bring you to the login screen. And I'm going to show you a step so you don't have to go through that again. I'm going to create a shortcut on my bookmark. bar, and that way it's always there. So going forward, when I log in, I can just click the login. It brings me right to this screen. A couple of things that we need to talk about is number one, ProjectTeam is browser agnostic. You can use it on any browser. I particularly prefer Chrome or Safari or Firefox, but you can use IE and Edge. I just don't feel that they give me the user experience that I want, but that's just my own personal opinion. You can use ProjectTeam on your laptop, desktop, tablet, and smartphone. Works everywhere, and it's great. The way you would access it on your tablet or your smartphone is you're going to use your your phone browser or your tablet browser. Just go in and put projectteam.com, click on the log in, and you can save this particular screen to your home screen on your device. That way, going forward, all you have to do is click the little button on your device, and it brings you to the screen, and you'll click login. What it does on your mobile devices, it just takes the whole picture that you're seeing now and makes it to where it works perfectly with the mobile device. So it's a great way to access the system. Now, I'm not going to go through everything because we do offer an introduction session. I believe we've got one tomorrow at 10:30. If you have not taken it, it is a prerequisite to training. Very important that you take it. Lots of great information shared. We also have a website that's projectteam.com/DGS. You can download the QRGs. I suggest you do because there is a lot of information. John Harmon, who is running the implementation for DGS, worked really hard on putting in the standard operating procedures. They're full of detail. They tell every user, every group what their part is in the process, how certain documents need to be titled to make sure that they're easy for people to find, and also so they show up and look good in reporting and things. It's easy to find the documents within the logs. So general use documents are for everybody. It tells you all kinds of stuff, how to access the reports, how to navigate. Then vendor use, emails, meeting minutes, etc. Those are all right there. And then architects and engineers for this class, everything I'm going to go through today has a QRG. And if you just click the item, it will open up and you can review it here, or you can click the drop down and download it, or you can print it, however it works best for you. But I would definitely suggest that you download the documents and make sure that you're following along until you feel really comfortable with the processes. If you want to sign up for more classes, go to the Visit Calendar page and review the intended audience and the class notes, because some are just DGS specific, some are for the architects and engineers. And make sure that you do take the project team introduction. That's really important. Okay, so I'm in my project, within ProjectTeam, and I'm on my page. This opens every time. To edit your profile, click Edit Profile, add your photo. It puts a face to a name, and that way people are working together more as a team. You could upload your signature if you wanted to use on merge templates and reports, but do make sure that you update your information. Don't change your email address because that is your unique identifier. That is your username to log into the system. Make sure that you put in your title and any telephone numbers and click Save. Make sure that you set up your project email notifications. These are really, really critical because DGS has decided they want to use the commenting feature. So select your project, you click the 3 ellipses button, scroll down to your project and just click on the title and click Edit. By default, action items and workflows are the only 2 items that are checked, but you want to make sure to check new shares and comments made. These are going to be very, very important to make sure that everybody stays on top of the documents and make sure that they're doing the steps they need to follow to move the project through successfully. You will receive email notifications for each one of these. Comments allow you to be collaborative. You can have discussions on your documents, which is great, right? So they definitely want to use these, and they will be using this. So you want to make sure that you've got action items, workflows, new shares, and comments made selected. When you're finished updating your project, and these have to be updated for each project you have access to. They are project specific. You want to keep an eye on action items and workflows. I have 3 workflows here, but I can see that I don't have any that are broken down by any of the time requirements, right? So I'm just going to click over due, and it will show me that I have several workflows that are actually due beyond this week. This gives me the hyperlink to the document. It tells me what project. It also tells me what document and what workflow and when it's due and what step number it is. To open it, if I'm responsible for the workflow, I would just click on the due later, and I would go ahead and, I would just click on the title and it would open the document. Where this is important for architects and engineers is you will be responsible for going in and responding to an RFI. You're going to have a workflow that is going to come to you. So you want to make sure that you really keep up with those workflows. Anytime, you can always get back to my page by clicking on your name and then clicking my page. You can click the workflow button and see all your workflows, and you can also do the same thing for your action items. And action items are items that are assigned to you, like a to-do list, right? Those are a great thing to have. You can assign action items to yourself and keep up with them on there as well. And if you do action items, you just do view all action items, and it shows you the register assigned to me, by me, and all action items. You click the link to open the action item document, or if there's a document that is referencing, you can go ahead and click the reference link. I'm going to go ahead to open my project. I can go ahead and click the projects at the top. I can search for my project if it's not my drop-down list, or if it is in my drop-down list, I can go ahead and select my project by clicking on it. Now, as you guys go along, you're going to get lots and lots of projects, and the projects will automatically be, by default, be added to that drop-down list. And that's great because it saves you a lot of time. But as projects close out, you really don't want them on that list. You'll still be able to get into them, but you want to probably keep that list really tidy. So I would click the 3 ellipses button and scroll down and just click the check mark beside the projects that you want to show up and unclick the ones you don't and click save. When you go back to your let me try and spit this out again. When you go back to your projects drop-down list, you'll see that the projects you added are there, the ones that you removed are no longer there. So what I did is I just clicked the project title and it opened it up. This is my home page. To do favorite form types, I just click edit and I add any of the forms that I'm going to use a lot. Now I could add every one of these forms if I wanted to, but it really becomes a big grid. So I just focus on the forms that I need at this phase of the project. Now in the next phase of the project, I may need to add something else. So I can go in at any time and I can adjust this grid by checking boxes and unchecking boxes. Once I save, then my grid will show me the items that I need access to. All I need to do is press one of the buttons and it opens up the log for that particular document. So I'm going to start with meeting minutes. Meeting minutes, you definitely, want to put your meeting minutes in the system. Super easy to do. This is my meeting minute log. Every log is going to show me every log for any type of document is going to show me the documents that I've created and have been shared with me. Now, this is very important and something everybody needs to remember. And it'll happen to you once or twice, and then you'll be like, oh, yeah, I forgot I got to share this document. Every document you create is like a draft document. It's just like in your email. You write your email, and when you don't send it, nobody has it but you. Same premise in here. When you create a document, if it's not shared, it's only shared with you. You're the only person that has access to it. So you have to share documents. You have to play nice, and you have to share documents with everybody so that way everybody else can see them. So as you can see, I've got quite a few different meetings. I've got project meeting, I've got my AE meeting, I've got, weekly site meeting and engineer meeting. So to create my very first meeting, I'm going to click the new button. To create a new meeting that is unrelated to any existing meeting series, I can go ahead and I'll click here. But if I want to create a meeting that already belongs to a series, like my weekly site safety meetings, I already started this series, I would just choose that one and click Create Next. Or let's start with a brand new meeting. I'll click New, and this one is going to be Design Review. And this will belong to the Design Review meetings. So I know we're going to host it every week, right? So I'll go ahead and click Start Date and Time, and this is going to be for Friday. And we'll go ahead and start it for 9 o'clock. And it's going to take an hour. This will be held at the architect's office. Now, I had somebody ask me, what happens if you have a virtual meeting? I thought that was a great question, because if it's going to be a virtual meeting, you would just change this out to virtual meeting. See info in the purpose box. Prepared by, you're going to select whoever is preparing. I found the quickest way to do that is just start typing my name or that person's name, and it'll populate in the search box below. You're going to put in the purpose, and this will be to discuss the design review process and status. And then here is where you could add virtual, let me see, go to meeting. And you would just copy that from your GoToMeeting or WebEx client and put the connectivity information there. You want to go ahead and add the people you're inviting. Now, if you're inviting a whole bunch of people, you could import by clicking the 3 ellipses, and it's going to do an import. You would just download this template. And let's say I'm going to add John Bunch, John Harmon, Wayne Frias, Liz Harvey, and Brian Rothery. Now, I don't have to have this information here, but, it's nice. And if I've got it, I can just paste it right here, paste the phone numbers, and then I'm just going to click File, Save As, and I'll save it to my desktop. Automatically gives it a name and puts a date, so it makes it really easy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload it. So I click Upload. Select my template and click Open. As long as I have everything in there correctly, it will upload perfectly, very quick. The only time I've ran into an issue with this is if it's got a lookup list and I'm not entering the lookup information exactly as it should be. So what I typically do is I copy and paste that out and make a list somewhere, so I've got it. But in this case, I've got, John Bunch. If I edit it, I've got my information. The nice thing I like about if I don't have this information and they're already in the system, I can do Create New. Let's say I just went ahead and added them via the Create New and clicked Add New, and then I added another person. John, because he updated his information, automatically populates for me. So that's really super nice. If I need to get rid of somebody, I'm just going to, remove them from the meeting minutes. I just click the drop down and click Remove. If I've got an extra line, I'll do that as well. I can add people to my meeting minutes. Let's say next week, John decides he's going to move to Tahiti and he's not going to be on the project anymore. Well, I want to keep John on this set of meeting minutes, but for the next one, he's not going to be attending anymore, so I can remove him so that way he's not on my meeting minutes going forward. So what I'm doing here is I'm really just preparing the agenda for this meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new topic. And I'll click Add New, and I'll put Design Review Status. Click Add, and I can add more topics as I'm going along. I can reorder my topics by dragging and dropping the items in, whatever order I want to see them. I can change those meeting to meeting. It's not a problem, and I can add new topics whenever I'm ready. So my meeting agenda is ready. I'm ready to share it with the people that are going to attend, so I'll click Save and Share, and I'll choose my share group. Share groups in ProjectTeam for DGS are very descriptive. I mean, John did a great job creating them. They tell you exactly, the titles will tell you exactly who the team members are. Watch what happens when I select this versus going down and individually checking people. I'm going to go ahead and click share. It will automatically expand out with the people that have access that are in that share group. So it's a real quick time saver. Now, let's go over the document structure before I go into taking the meeting minutes. At the top, you have the shared with. You can take and run your mouse pointer over anybody's picture or their initials, and it'll tell you if they viewed the document. If you click View All, you can take a look in here and also see the information. And if you needed to halt it with the share group, let's say you accidentally created it, really don't, you could obsolete it, which pretty much removes it from the register view. Or if you need to stop one person from seeing it, you can halt it and they can see just the original document you shared. They won't see any changes. Over to the right is the action items, and these are where you can assign to do items for people. So we want to upload the site pictures, and I'm going to go ahead and send this to John, and John will probably upload one before I get finished with training today, which works great. And I'm going to go ahead and put a due date. So I'm going to send this to John. I'm going to click Save and Share if I need to share it with my entire project team, or I'll just click Save, and then John gets a notification, and John and I can see the action item. John's going to come in, he's going to upload whatever it is he needs to upload, or he'll do whatever I've asked him to do, and then he'll open this action item by clicking here, and then he'll mark it complete or put any comments in. So when I click the back button, I can use my browser back button to get back to where I need to go. I'm back in my meeting minutes. The action item is no longer there. If I need to see it, I just click the Show Complete and Obsolete Items, and I can see that John has completed this item, and I could also scroll down to my attachment section and see any of the items that he's uploaded. Now, the attachment section is really important. DGS really wants to utilize this because, instead of things being emailed back and forth and it not making it into a folder, this is a great way to make sure that all the supporting documentation is added to the project. So make sure you utilize the attachments feature. You can drag and drop, or you can click Upload New, or if you've uploaded it somewhere else, it stores it in the File section under Form Attachments. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to share a document that John had uploaded on a request for information. I'm going to go down to the flange size for boiler 12, and I'm going to select the chart, and I'll select version 1. The beauty of this is you've uploaded the document once, and you're trying to find it on your desktop, and, we all have a lot of documentation. Well, ProjectTeam remembers that you uploaded it to a document, and it stores it within this file folder under that document type. You can always go up and do a search for it up here as well. But that way you can use that document in other places. You're not having to go back to your desktop. It's really a great system for that. Comments. Let's say that John comes in and, maybe I'm working on this and I've shared this with John, and he lets me know, hey, I completed item 2 on Monday. Well, that way he's letting me know here. Maybe he's going on vacation. He just needs to let me know. Well, it becomes a matter of the record, right? The permanent record of this document. So it's really nice if you're going out of town or you're going to be in a meeting, you can update comments, notifies me that he's added a comment, and I can come in and update everything. Reference links are great, especially for meeting minutes. Let's say we're talking about a particular design, and I want to make sure that I link to those drawing packages. I'm just going to select those boxes, and now it shows up here. So that way we all have access to the current version and the document. Okay, so let's say that it's time to host our meeting. It's Friday, it's time to host the meeting. I'm going to open my meeting log. I'm going to select my design review meeting, and I'll click edit. And I can do this while I'm hosting the meeting because it's really, it's a great system to do that with. I'm going to come down to the people I've invited, and I'm going to click edit. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say Liz called in, and I'll click next. and Brian did not attend, and I'll click next. And then John came in person, and I'll click update and close. My attendance is done here, very quick. And we want to go ahead and put in our first item. Okay, and I'm going to ask John to schedule a luncheon for the team. And the due date will be, I want him to schedule it for the 27th. And this is high priority. And I'm going to click add. We'll do one for review status. And this will be Wayne. And we're asking him to go ahead and start set up a kickoff series. We want Wayne to go ahead and lead that. So that will be the 27th, priority status high. And I'll click add. So we've had this meeting, we've assigned our information, I've clicked save, we've added any supporting documentation to the bottom, and the meeting's done. Next meeting rolls around, it's time to host our next meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and just type design, I'll click design review, and I'm going to click create new next in series. It lets me know that the new meeting will be populated with the people we've invited, and any open items will be copied to the meeting. If you don't want an item to come over in the next meeting, you set the status to close before creating the follow-up. So I'm going to click yes. It brings over everything. I just need to put in the new meeting time and scroll down and take my attendance. And here, let's say John has completed this item, so I'll go ahead and mark this one as closed. And if I've completed this one, or maybe this one had to be moved back, and if the date needs to be moved, we can go ahead and change the date. If you needed to change the responsible party, and you just leave this one as saved. Just leave that one there and click save and share. You're going to select whoever it is you're going to save and share it with, and go ahead and save and share. Now, another thing that you need to do is you need to print these. So you can click print and merge to template. Select your meeting record and click merge. Make sure that you go ahead and choose the PDF option. And it prints it out with a really nice format. If you've got pictures that you've attached, click print, merge to template, select meeting record, click next, and then you can choose the photos that you've uploaded or any of the attachments. You can move them around in the order you want them to print and click merge. Okay, if I scroll down, I can see my pictures there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click close. And we'll go ahead and we're going to return to forms, and we'll look at drawings. So is everybody okay with meetings and everything I've shown you so far? If you've got questions, I've got the question window open. I'll be happy to jump back and forth. Okay. Drawings. If I click drawings, I can look at drawings and packages. This is my drawing log. It's excuse me, broken down by discipline. If no discipline is defined, it will be listed under the no discipline defined area. If it has a red box around it, that means it has a markup. You can see this one is an architectural, and this one is my elevator rails. This has 2 revisions, so this shows me revision 0, and this shows me revision 1. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and open revision 1 of my elevator rails. You can see my drawing is here. I can scroll down, I can look at it, I can zoom in, I can fit to page, and I can look at the metadata by clicking the details. Now, I can also see there's a revision here, so if I click view, it'll take me back to the original revision. As you can see, this one has a markup. If I want to see the markup, I click full screen markup, and it opens up the markup utility. In order to see the markups, I need to click the slider. There is a push pin, which is a document pin. You can link to a document within the system and click add. You select the document. Excuse me. You can insert text. There is a distance measurement, perimeter. You've got an area measurement. You have any of the freehand tools, the text tools. There's tons of stuff here. You can change the colors. You can do strike through, squiggly, underline. You have all the shape tools that you need. You can, of course, change the border color, the opacity, the thickness. You have text tools, coloring, same thing. You have call outs. And then you have call outs as well. And then you've got where you can go in and you can search. Over to the left is what we call the panel, and this allows me to see everybody who has added information. So let's say I wanted to look just for Susan's comments. I can search just for Susan, and it shows me all the comments that she's made. I can change, the zoom. I can pan, and then I can view my controls, my page transition, layout, and rotation. I can download it. And if I want to download it with the markups, I just select the 3 dots and then click download. So comments are here, details are here. If you want to look at the drawing packages are located on the next tab. And drawing packages are essentially packages of documents. When they're created, you can lump documents of a certain discipline. In this case, it's all the electrical, and they can link very easily to go back to the document to review it. Comments can be placed here if you're looking for something and, hey, this is the wrong revision, things like that. You can put your information there. Attachments, reference links, everything we talked about, this document has the same thing. I want to show you one other view of drawings, and for drawings, you can click the thumbnail view and you can see the items right here. One thing that I want to show you too is, let's say that you upload your drawings. I'm going to go back to my list view. You can upload your drawings by using the batch import, and we have a QRG that walks you through this. Same thing I showed you a little while ago. You're going to download, you'll fill it in, and you'll import it. What you'll have to do after that is you're going to have to upload the actual drawings to the document. If you want to create a new drawing, you'll click New Drawing. If you're going to do it manually, upload the drawing, click Next, and then you'll fill in the metadata that goes along with it. Make sure you share, because you can always see from your log real quickly who has access, and if nobody has access, they're not going to be able to see it. So you want to go ahead and fill in that information and share your document. Okay, so we've talked about meeting minutes, drawings, and drawing packages. Let's talk about specifications. If I go to Forms and just type in a brief search, I can go ahead and quickly find my specifications. So specifications can be uploaded the same way with the batch import tool. I think that makes it much faster. If you want to create a new one, you can click Create New or just the New button, and you fill in the information. Once you fill this information in, you can upload any attachments, link it to a document, and you can also see if it belongs to a package. Specification packages are found in their own document. Same thing, you're going to click New. You'll put in a title, and then you'll add the existing specifications. And click Add. You'll save and share it with the applicable parties. Now I'm going to show you an easy way to share a whole bunch of documents. So let's say you just want to save these, right? You're just saving them, you're going along, you're creating them, you upload all of them, and then you go in and you add whatever documentation you have to do. You haven't saved and shared it yet, but I'll show you a quick way with drawings and specifications and submittals. If you click this checkbox up here, it'll select all of the items on this page. You have to do it page by page, but it'll select all the items on this page, and you click Share, and you choose who you're going to share it with. Do it with my test share group, and I click Share. And I've shared them all at one time, so I'm not having to individually go into the documents. You want to be very careful of who you share with and make sure you're sharing with the applicable parties, but this gives you a very quick way to get it done. Another thing I want to show you is the log. So every document comes with its own log, and each log can be configured to show the information you want to show. So I just click the three ellipses and then click the Configure Log. In this one, it only has a general notes field, but I can add this in here. Let me show you where that's really helpful is in the request for information. So we've covered specifications and we've covered specifications. We have any questions about specifications and drawings or meeting minutes? Okay. All right, let's go in and let's do a request for information. So I'm going to create one. I'm in two different groups, so let's act like I am a GCI. I'm going to submit a request for information. I'll select the date, and I'm going to click the Get Next number. It's coming from my company. I'll put in my PT RFI number. The RFI number up here is the project RFI number, and I'm going to select my due date is for next week, and then this will be okay. I'm going to add my discipline. If I have any drawings or, if I've got column lines or specifications, I can go ahead and put that in. So I'm not going to do anything else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save. And I'll come down and I'm going to workflow this to my architect, right? So what they're doing is they scroll down here and they see workflow and they click Start New. They have the option of requesting information from the architect or submitting it to the DGS PM. They're going to select, in this case, they'll request the information to the architect and they'll click Start Workflow. You'll get an email notification that you have an RFI that you need to respond to. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to navigate to the RFI in the RFI log. Let me go ahead and go back in my RFI. You're going to open that RFI and you'll click the Edit button. You want to scroll down and you want to put down, first thing is come down here and enter the date that you've received it. And you're going to enter the response date. It might be a day later, but if it's the same day, that's fine. And then you'll enter your response. Okay, you'll enter the responding company, who the person was that answered the RFI, And you'll come up to the top and you're going to go ahead and click save, and you can click save and share it with the project team or whoever it needs to be shared with. Okay. And you'll go ahead and let me just go ahead and add project team in here, and I'll click share. Then you're going to click take action. And this is the reason I keep saying download these quick reference guides, because they tell you exactly what you need to do. You'll click take action and you're going to pass it if the response passed to close RFI once the response has been entered, and enter response provided. So here you would put pass and response provided. If it's canceled, say for instance, the RFI is erroneous or duplicative, response is unnecessary, you're going to click cancel and you'll put a reason why you're canceling it. So if you find that, you don't have to answer all that stuff if it's, duplicative, but if you are going to answer it, you put all the information and you click pass and you put response provided in note section, and then go ahead and just click the complete to complete that workflow. Okay, so we've got drawing specifications, request for information. Anybody have questions about RFIs? All right, let's take a look at submittals. Submittal items and packages are in the same document. You have two tabs, items and packages. To create a new item, you would click new item. To create a new package, create new package. You can open a submittal by clicking on the title. This tells me that this is also included in a package, but you can review the information. Whoever is responsible for doing the final review will click edit. When the reviews are complete by the team, whoever is responsible for doing the final review is going to come to reviewer action and select the proper action and put any notes and click save. When the item is closed, whoever is responsible for closing it will come back in and click close. Now, packages, I love the way packages are set up because you can see the package right here. It shows you the submittals that are included in the package, and it also shows you the reviewer action and the action notes, and it shows you if an item is closed. So your team submitting the submittals can really quickly look at this and see what's going on. They can search by subject. They can search by package. So this would be plumbing, sorry, looking for the plumbing submittals. To open it up, they can just click on the title and it opens up the package. They can scroll down and they can see that they've got, this one hasn't been reviewed at all. They can attach documentation. And if they need to create a revision, they can create a revision up here, and it creates a new revision for each one of the submittals. So it manages that as well. A couple more items, guys. Let's look at transmittals. Transmittals can be found by just typing in the name and clicking transmittals. If you're creating a new one, as with every document, you'll click the Create New button. You'll add a subject, a date. All date fields have a date icon. Transmitted by is a drop-down list. You can also type the name. From company, attention, who is it going to? How is it being delivered? Tracking number, package transmitted for. And then you've got the detailed items. So you'll click new and you got quantity, item, reference, description, and transmitted for. Courtesy copies. Create new, and then you'll put the contact, the company, location, telephone, notes, and how many copies goes to this individual. You want to open one to edit it. You're going to open the log, click the title, and click edit. And I want to see if there is a merge template in here. There is a transmittal cover sheet. So in order to print it, you'll click print, merge to template, transmittal cover sheet, and then merge. And it will anything that you've got attached to it is going to print as well. Okay, you can save and download, you can save and share, or you can save and email. Take a look at a couple more. You guys are so quiet. I know it's after lunch and it's really hard to listen to somebody talk for an hour. Punch list items. Again, you'll click the new button. I'm going to open this one so you can see what's in here. You'll click the new and you're going to fill out the fields that are here, the date, the subject. This could be the area, you know, lobby electrical outlets, who identified it, the date it happened, the missing, you know, the item description, building area, floor, room, surface, column lines, division, etc. You're going to fill in all the applicable fields, and it won't be completed until the item is done. And once it's done, you can come back in and mark it completed, the date of completion, the sign-off date, and who signed it. See if there is a merge template here. There are no merge templates for the punch list items. Anybody have any questions about punch list? This is one I would definitely configure the log so I could see all the information right here, because that's going to give you a great bird's eye view, and you can print it off. You need to go into a meeting and you've got this information. You can print off your punch list so you've got that. And the last one is and I always want to call it lead tracking. Is it LEED or is it lead tracking? So I'm going to open this document, and this is utilized by the party responsible for managing and obtaining LEED certification on the project. This form should be maintained with current LEED certification plan information as well as the progress information as applicable. Final LEED certification information should be captured in the form when the certification is obtained. Generally, one LEED tracking form should be created and maintained for each LEED eligible project as long as the plan does not change. Tracking information should be captured via editing the existing form. A new tracking form should be created and maintained only if the certification plan changes. This form utilizes the same information as the USGBC tracking form. More information on definitions and explanations of the information required for this form can be obtained by referencing information provided by USGBC for that form. So you're going to click New, fill out the information. All these are, you know, very descriptive fields. The version, go ahead and select the specialty, and the certification level. Add any applicable notes. Then you're going to go ahead and click Create New for the credit and point tracking. Select the category, the credit description, the possible points. If needed, check the box for required credit and enter the strategy for obtaining credit. Enter yes points. These can be negative or positive unknown, or enter no points. And then enter any applicable notes and click the Add button, and I'll add a line here. You're going to go ahead and click Save and Share, because you're not going to put anything in here until this item is done. So let's open one of them up. So you'll scroll down to the bottom and you're going to upload the supporting documentation. Then you're going to click Edit, and you'll to record the final LEED certification, you want to make sure to attach all LEED certification documents. Make sure that you put in the final LEED certification level and the certification date. And you're going to go ahead and click Save. Make sure, though, that you've uploaded the information, because they're going to be looking for this information, and make sure that you share it with your project team members that need to see it. Okay, that was an awful lot of talking for me. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few things that we need to close this out. But before I do, are there any questions or does anybody have any comments that you want to make? You're more than welcome to put them in the question box and I'll be happy to share it if you want me to share it with the team, or I can email you after the class is over with. Okay, quick reference guides. I cannot tell everybody enough. It's really important that you guys download these. I would download them, maybe put them in a binder, or just, have them on your desktop or your iPad so you can refer to them while you're going through this. System is super easy. Once you remember the steps for DGS SOPs, you guys are going to fly through this and you're going to do great. We have a video page where we're uploading, the different videos. Let me go back in here and I'll show you. Right now we have just a few videos up here. These are just the general navigation ones, but those are great if you want to go through those just to familiarize yourself. And then of course, if you want to sign up for another class, you guys already did that because you all made it to this class. If you guys like social media, and I think most people do, sign up to stay in touch with us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and sign up for our Project Team YouTube channel. We have a lot of videos on there that are generic, but I mean, they're great videos. We have a lot of stuff like how to create merge templates and how to use it for RFIs, etc. I mean, just lots and lots of information. So if nobody has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. 10 minutes early. Everybody have a fabulous afternoon, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.